Hi everyone, Mike Healey, Superintendent of Argyle Central School here, and we've just completed the first 10-week marking period of the 2020-21 school year, and I thought it would be a good time to touch base and provide you with some important updates and information so we're all aware and on the same page. So first things first, I want to say thank you and congratulations. We have completed 10 weeks and um, Argyle is one of three K through 12 school districts in Washington, Warren, and Saratoga County who was able to return to full in-person instruction in September. So one of three out of the 30 school districts. And, to date, as you know, um, we have not had a case or had to close or quarantine as a result of COVID-19. And, we're very proud of that. And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and know that doesn't happen by accident. Um, it's the result of all of us, parents, students, our faculty and staff members working together, um, completing the daily screening forms every morning, or calling our school nurse to see if you should send your child to school or not when they're not feeling well. Um, Getting tested when required, and I know that's not convenient, but we've done that nearly 80 times since the start of school, um, and that process is helping us to remain open. We appreciate our staff and our students wearing masks when they're moving throughout the building and when they're not seated at their desk or seated for lunch. We're social distancing and we're sanitizing and disinfecting our building and buses on a regular basis. So it's doesn't happen by accident. It's a community effort, and to date, it's paid off. And I want to say thank you uh, for continuing to work with us. And I know it's not always easy. I know it's frustrating, but um, you know we're planning to continue to do all of those things because um, we know that as a district how important it is for our students to be in school um, and to be in school in person every day. Um, it's not only beneficial to them academically and for their social and emotional development. We also realize that it provides parents and guardians the opportunity to work or return to work without, the added burden of a school closure or finding childcare because we're in a remote or hybrid situation. So, we're we're looking forward to continuing to work with you, and um, as we move forward, uh, I think part of what's made this effort successful is that we've tried to plan ahead. We know that planning ahead means staying open, and looking at the most recent data and projections and what's happening around the country and the state. I think it's important that we take a look at the upcoming winter season, the holiday season, and to make sure we're all on the same page with our planning for the next coming uh, for the coming weeks and coming months. So, as you know, cases of COVID around the country are increasing rapidly. We're seeing significant increases in in New York State, across the state. However, the new cases of COVID in Washington County, they seem to have remained relatively consistent and low. So we're fortunate to have, you know, between 0.5 and 1% positive testing rates. And we're seeing that consistently from September through today. But they're projecting that these numbers will increase. And in conversation with our school physician and with the Washington County Department of Health and with our risk management group, um, everything is pointing to the potential for COVID infection spread to increase and continue. So with the upcoming holiday season and with our college students coming home from college for the holidays, um, and families gathering and traveling over the holiday season, we just don't know what to expect. We haven't been here before, so I think it's important for us to plan ahead and to make sure we're all aware that if we do see a significant spike in COVID infections in Washington County or in Argyle, the district is prepared to transition to a temporary procedure that requires all of us, faculty, staff, and students, to wear masks at all times when they're in the building or on district transportation. With the exception of eating for lunch and for appropriate mask breaks. And we would initially do this, if needed, for a period of 2 weeks. And, we're recommending 2 weeks. It's just not an arbitrary number. We're recommending it because the research says that the incubation period for COVID-19 is roughly anywhere between 2 and 14 days. The symptoms associated with the infection would typically show during that time frame. So we'd want to give the 2-week period to make sure we're protecting ourselves and our school community should cases increase in the county or in Argyle. So during that 2-week period, what we would do is continue to monitor the transmission rate. We would work with our school physician, the Washington County Department of Health, and we would make sure it's safe and or prudent to return to our current mask in motion model. And if it is at the end of that 2-week period and we're not seeing a significant increase of COVID in the county or in Argyle, we can return to that our current model of masks in motion. But if we're seeing, obviously COVID rates continue to increase in the county, we might extend that mask requirement until it's safe to reduce, or until it's safe not to. And we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to continue our momentum. We've dedicated a tremendous amount of effort, time, energy, resources to make our full in-person instruction happen here, and thinking about ways to continue that and avoid any disruption that might come from a positive case. We feel that taking the precautionary step of wearing a mask while in school for really 10 school days in order to reduce that risk would be a logical step for our district to take if and when necessary. So, like I said, planning ahead means staying open. None of us have been in a situation where we've dealt with a pandemic into a winter season or a holiday. So we're dealing with the unknown, but we want to continue to rely on facts and what our partners at the County Department of Health and our school physician provide us, and make decisions that allow us as a district to stay open and stay operating for our students and for our families. So I just want to put that out there for you so we're on the same page. And again, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done to support our efforts. And I hear from a lot of families with questions and concerns, and I appreciate that. And I also appreciate you taking the time to send messages of thank you and support uh, for opening the school back up. And I just want to say thank you. I feel the same way to you, and I hope we can continue working together and keep our successful reopening efforts going. So I'll provide more information as it becomes available, and I'll be sending out emails, automated messages, so on and so forth. But thank you for listening, and as always, if you have questions, info@argylecsd.org. You can email that email address, or you can just give the school a call. I'm happy to have a conversation with you about anything you're interested or concerned about. Um, so, with that, I want to say thank you, and we'll talk soon. Take care.